Hello my majestic little viewers, Lemonelitist here, and a while back around January of this year, I went to Nashville, Tennessee. I went to this burger restaurant the night we got to our hotel. I forgot what it's called, but I was just going to order the normal Angus beef with cheese, until I saw something on the menu that caught my eyes. It was this giant burger named the Carnivore that cost me about $30. Here's a picture of me eating it. I did finish it after 30 minutes, and I did not eat the fries. I'm tall, so don't let my meaty hands make it look tiny. Honestly, yeah, this would kill a Victorian child. And yeah, later, now, this video, that one event inspired me to make this video. So yeah, aka the weirdest fast food menu items. This will range from color changes all the way to certain events and just many other weird examples. And yeah, so yeah. And before I go, I'd like to say, in the chapters that YouTube lets you leave on a YouTube video, you can notice something. With each chapter, as it progresses, it might get a little bit just more dangerous until we get to the final boss of terrible and just weird fast food items. So I just wanted to point that out there. So yeah. This is one of the more basic ones on here and one of the most common, because companies do this all the time. Like many fast food companies, multiple times a year, usually change the color of the items for the heck of it. I'm probably going to talk about a certain product more than once because some of these chapters kind of overlap with each other in some parts, and yeah. Many companies do this to either promote a certain movie or something pop culture related, or just entirely just do it because why not, or maybe because of a holiday. For example, around 2023, Burger King released a limited edition Red Whopper to promote the movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Or again around 2015, I think, whenever Burger King, for a holiday, being Halloween, released the Black Whopper. And it was pretty controversial because what came right after eating it? Okay. What I'm trying to say is that overall, this was a pretty harmless chapter, and it's just a fun way for companies to, just play at fads during certain holidays and just, show the spirit of whatever holiday. Every fast food company has done this at least once, and there's way too many examples to give out here. Usually nothing about the taste really changes. It's mainly just, what it looks like, and yeah. I know I've only talked about Burger King so far in this video. That's gonna change at the last segment. But they're infamous for doing this. They've done something almost every year. It's mainly just them changing the color of their buns. Only a few of these are just adding to the taste. And they've probably already done 5 other color changes this year, so who knows. Before I go on, I'm just going to say the first 4 of these categories, they're basically all the same, but I'm still going to talk about their differences and everything else. So anyways, events are also pretty common, and it's mainly just talking about, certain just holidays where they do that, and yeah. Again, the Halloween Whopper, which, I've already talked about. Another less common one that I see is celebrating a certain character's birthday. See what I'm trying to get at? Alright, so we're just going to talk about the most popular thing on here, the Grimace Shake. If you gained consciousness after 2023 somehow watching this video, I'm about to break it down for you. This was released as a limited edition item for Grimace's 52nd birthday. Grimace is a McDonald's mascot who was introduced back in the early 70s as Evil Grimace, and it was one of the tens of thousands of McDonald's mascots that they had at the time. This wasn't a regular birthday for Grimace, however, because I don't know why, but the entirety of social media got together in 2023 to drink the drink, and before they can say their thoughts, act like a crime scene happened. And it was really popular and mainstream back in mid-2023. You just had to be there to be there. And it eventually died out, as lots of things do, and people tried to recreate it with a Shamrock Shake, but it did not reach the levels of popularity as the Grimace Shake. I can't believe I just spent 70% of this segment talking about the Grimace Shake. Alright, This is one of the more popular examples of mascots getting their own meals. I can't really find as many like popular results, but yeah. Again, very common for a fast food company to do this. Basically, mainly just to promote a certain movie. That's what I see here. Not as many games or books or music, whatever. Mainly just movies. Example, the Burger King. I keep talking about Burger King. The Burger King Spider-Verse Whopper, which I talked about 5 minutes ago. Or the Wendy's Krabby Patty Burger collab. I'm sorry, but that does not look good. I didn't try it, and I wouldn't judge a book by its cover. But also, before you ask, yes, I know it's a collab rather than promoting something, yeah. Or my goat Little Caesars doing a Batman collab. Oh, I remember trying this. It was really good. And yeah, there's not really that much more to say. And I know Little Caesars isn't really a fast food restaurant, but it was still worth mentioning. And yeah. I know this segment was a bit shorter than the others, but now we're about to head into, slightly deep water territory, but still kind of up on the show. Never mind. Now, even though most fast food off-menu items are mainly just a hoax, there's a few minor exceptions, and I'm going to talk about them. Most of them are really weird. One example of this is In-N-Out with their Flying Dutchman. This is basically 2 beef patties, some cheese, and onions as buns. There are no buns on this burger, so that's something. Or Five Guys' Patty Melt Burger, which I guess has some like inside out freaking buns. Honestly, I bet that cost about $30. I'm not gonna lie, like unironically. And there's a few other ones from McDonald's, like the Land, Air, and Sea Burger, which is a mix of filet fish sandwich, a McChicken, and something else. And oh my, it's kind of weird. I think I'm forgetting a certain item. Whatever. I'll talk about it later. Whatever. Whew. Alright, now we're starting to get into the more, darker side of things. We're kind of in between with the next one that's about to happen, but yeah. This is mainly just a category. It's basically between the good stuff or just the random stuff and like the actual like terrible stuff. These are mainly just like fast food items that I couldn't really find a category for in this. It just like never mind. Most of these are just two companies like collabing with each other to make something that's not the best. I'm about to give a few weird examples of, collabs and just anything weird. You know those weird pictures you see on the internet where it's like a mix of two things, like two food products, like what I just showed between milk and hot dogs? Yeah, no, that should have never happened. That's what I think for most of these, and that's what most of these do look like. Example, the chicken Cheeto sandwich from KFC. Like, do I really need to say anything? Is that mayonnaise at the bottom? Oh my gosh. Yo. Listen, two of the best things in the world coming together. Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. And why'd you have to make them those like dried up prune Cheetos instead of the like really crunchy and puffed up ones? You know what I'm talking about. Them things are so good. Then there's the Oreo and Spam McDonald's burger, which is an actual thing. Let's look at it. There's no way, right? I'm just being completely honest here. Okay, I found a different image, and this doesn't make it any better. What is this? McDonald's has a lot of terrible burgers, like the 1960s Hula Burger, which is a pineapple burger. What the heck? It's not even like terrible tasting looking, I guess. It's just like really plain. There's like nothing. Then there's the McLobster, which, Then there's KFC's, like, bunless chicken thing, where it's just 2 chicken strips in between a burger. That's weird. Then there's Wendy's T-Rex burger, which is very absurd, to say the least. And yeah, those are just a few examples of some weird, like, items. And now we're going to move on to the, like, bad ones. This is mainly just focused on those, like, really tall and just massive burgers and just, like, certain other items that could probably potentially get you killed or hospitalized. Again, I'm referencing the T-Rex burger that Wendy's sold. It's about 3,000 calories. And you know how much the daily intake is recommended for? Around 2,000. I'm mainly just going to be referencing those, like, really large burgers that are, like, somehow, you know, approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Another example is Fat Burger's Triple XL size burger. And this thing's crazy. It's around 1,600 to 700 calories, which is under the daily intake, but still really high. Okay, I don't know why I'm becoming a calorie guru now, sorry. Or Japanese McDonald's Big Yeti burger. And oh my, I don't know what to say, honestly. Yeah, this was a pretty short segment. Honestly, this is more of a filler. I don't know why I added this, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah. We have reached the final boss of all that is terrible, weird, grotesque fast food items. Now, there's a few contenders like White Castle and just many others, but there's 2 I'd like to talk about in particular, especially Arby's. Now, Long John Silver's is the worst restaurant in my opinion, but like they don't get the most mainstream coverage for some reason. Like, I don't really hear as many people talking about them as Arby's. So we're just going to talk about Arby's. Okay, this is not an in my opinion thing. This is objective. The only thing keeping them in, like, the spotlight still is their curly fries. Other than that, everything else sucks. I saw some Arby's sauce at the Walmart that I go to usually, and I thought they were selling narcotics. Well, I mean, these 2 are the same thing, but still. One of their most notorious fast food items is their Meat Mountain. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is all of their meats combined into just one giant Frankenstein homunculus of a monster. Here's a picture of someone holding it, and that guy is definitely not smiling. He's smiling by force, actually. There's probably someone behind that, like, screen just pointing a gun at him, telling him to smile, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, you know, it's way worse than I picture. It's horrifying. I learned that the hard way back in... nah, I'm kidding. Well, yep, that concludes the end of this video. I just wanted to talk about some weird fast food items. Just some... Yeah, at first it was pretty fun, but we got a little too serious. Well, yep, summer is approaching, so I hopefully will post more, and yeah, see ya.